Welcome back to Poetry and Friends. If this is your first time stopping by on my channel, what I do is that I just talk about a topic that God has placed on my heart. And I also talk slightly about my writing business. I do write poetry. So you're going to be seeing that most of my topics, I talk directly to women, but men are also allowed to add their inputs in the comment section. So most of my topics goes directly towards women because I just teach whatever that I've learned. So whatever that I learn, I just share it with you because I just can't keep it to myself. So my videos are all out of love. So in this video, I am going to be talking about some bad habits that would cause your partner to lose interest in you because nobody wants to be in a relationship where one partner loses interest for the other, else it doesn't become a healthy relationship. So we're going to be talking about some habits, not all bad habits, but just five. We will not waste time at all. Let's jump into the five habits that would cause a man to lose interest in a woman. So this one is always bickering. So I'm not talking about like play arguing with your partner because some people's relationships are like that. Like they usually play argue with your partner because they're like best friends. Right? I'm talking about a woman who's always arguing. She always finds something wrong with something. Why did you forget to call me back? No, 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 no. Don't put it right there. Don't leave it there. Always complaining. And then let's say if a couple, right, they're married, and then this woman is always bickering. One day the woman would really walk out of their house and then see the husband sleeping on their rooftop because he's just so scared to come home. Because what a man is looking for is peace. So if the woman is always bickering, always have something to say, that would cause the man to lose interest in her in a heartbeat. This one is you always want to be right. So this one kind of connects to the first one, but it's slightly different. So like you have this habit. It's kind of like every time you want people to take your point of view, you want to be right all the time. Maybe with friends, they could deal with that type of habit, but when it comes to a man, he would lose interest so quickly. And that is because most men always want to make their woman a better person because that is their role. They feel honored that way. So if your ideas are always right, you're always the smarter one, he would feel really useless that how is he making you a better person? And don't get me wrong, you could prove your point respectfully, but you just have to know when to just leave it as it is. Like sometimes the person's perception is always going to be their perception. So in situation like that, if you just have in mind that, you know what, let me just leave it that way. If that perception that he has is not going to lead to death, just leave it. Don't try to prove your point too much because that would cause him to lose interest. Okay, this one is when a woman is flirting with a lot of guys. So I know probably, as some women are saying that, okay, so men do that a lot, which is something that I don't even condone if a man does that because women don't even like that either. But in this case, I would just let you know the reason why a man would lose interest in the woman who does that. You're in a relationship with a man and then you're flirting with other guys. you see a guy and then you're saying, ooh, I love your eyes, or, or this is maybe prior to marriage, right? They're telling a whole bunch of men that I love you. So that is like you're leading a whole bunch of men on. And for that case, the man with good intention, he would definitely not say, oh, this woman got game. No. If a woman picks one man, that shows huge respect. And of course, we're going to be talking about respect a lot because that is very important. That's something that a man really needs. But when you just single a man out, that means that you've seen something so special in him. And because of that, he would feel so respected. Like, wow, she left all the man. That means she values me that much. So just look at it on the contrary. If you're flirting with other guys, the man with the good intention, he would feel so disrespected that, oh, okay, yeah, she doesn't even value me as much. So that would really cause him to lose interest in the quick second. This one is when you're always begging for things from him. Buy this for me. Baby, can you buy me this Brazilian wig? Can you get me money to buy clothes? Or the week before you asked him that, can you buy me Chinese food? And then the next 2 days you're asking him again, ooh, that Chinese food was really good. Of course, there would be some times when you're in need, right? So if you ask him for something for help, that, oh, can you help me with this, with that? Of course, he would want to be helpful. But if it's a habit, like something that you're doing repeatedly, that's when it becomes an issue. And then a man with good intentions, right, they also do not mind when they offer the help that I'm buying you this, I'm giving you this. When it's from their heart, they love to do such a thing. But if a woman is always begging for things, and if it's prior to marriage, that would really scare him away because that shows lack of support. He will feel like, oh, if this woman really supports me, she will just show support that, okay, he's working really hard. So let me not spend his money too much, right? Because I want to support him. I want him to save more money. That shows support. But if it's kind of like you don't care, it's all about you, then he would ask himself, like, where is the support? Which would cause him to lose interest in a woman like that. This one is not giving him space. So I'm not talking about you being in a relationship and then you spoiling him with love, right? Because that's what a woman is supposed to do. The woman is supposed to treat the man like a king that he is. So you spoiling him with love and always shows that you need him, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about a woman who 24/7, they do not want to leave this man alone. It's like the woman is forcing herself too much. The man cannot breathe. Like that type of neediness is what I'm talking about. Even if the man says he's going to use the bathroom, she would want to go with him. Not literally, but you get what I mean, right? Like that type of neediness. He tells you that he's going to call you back, right? And in some few minutes, you're just like this. Oh, he's not picking up. Pick up, pick up, pick up. Or let's say you're texting and then you've asked him a question and then he hasn't texted back and then you just keep texting and texting. Are you going to answer me back? They're like whole bunch of text. So I'm not saying for that case you have to like play games and be like, okay, I'm going to purposely ignore him. No, because we're all grown adults here. But what would really help in a circumstance like that is work on something, work on your call and your purpose, or cook, read a Bible, something to keep yourself busy, to have your own life going on. That way, it doesn't make you too clingy. Because sometimes the man is really thinking, and this is like prior to marriage, right? The man could be thinking that, do I really want to be with this woman forever? It could be anything, like thinking about some stuff. So just picture and the man thinking, and then the woman is just like, hey, baby, I need to talk to you now. He's going to be like, all right, I gave up. You see what I mean? And even in marriage, right? Because the role of a man is so important, the man needs space to like think in decision making, like, okay, how am I going to be leading next? They have to think about all of this. So that is why he would lose interest if you do not give him space. So I've just shown you 5 habits that would cause a man to lose interest in a woman. So right now, it's just going to be one last, then we're going to be reading our poetry of the day, and it would be the end of the video. We're going to be reading this, a wedding poetry frame. So it says, on this day, I can say that it's a drastic change in our lives. I vow to you as I look into your eyes. You'll be my radio whenever you speak. I'll pray with you all the time, not only a week. I'll be your comforter when it snows. I'll be your helper, God already knows. Since you're a treasure from the God above the cloud, I promise to fulfill these vows to make him proud. Yeah, so we're gonna go over some of these words, right? Since it's poetic, right? You could relate it however you would want to relate it. So, like right here it says, "You be my radio." Whenever you speak, that is like you be attentive to your partner, right? Or however that you would want to relate with that. I'll pray with you all the time, not solely a week, right? I'll be your comforter when it snows. So we know that snow stands for a storm, right? So that could relate it as whenever there's like a storm or something, you would just comfort your partner. And then I'll be your helper, God already knows, and the rest of them. But yes, so you could get this at www.beheavenlyworth.com. Purchase it, and you could check out the additional stuff. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe. And then if God permits, see you when I upload my next video. Bye-bye.